line. He's fine referee from USA, and you can see the wind is whipping the shirt of the referee and the players and the fans here. Tom Mitchell to kick off. England against Canada. The little DHL car that brings out the ball to the halfway spot is doing excellent work. There's the signal from Mitchell, a couple of fingers behind the hand, which means it's the number 2 kickoff for this one for England against Canada. Gets the start as Mitchell, the England captain, pushes up into the breeze. The ball bounces a kind of a trampoline bounce away back behind the catches, and now England forming a line to pass off the play of Mitchell near halfway.
And Mitchell isolated there, fully foul, put him down. He's guilty of not releasing. Canada quickly taps.
So we go out to wide where Mitchell meets Rodwell, two of the big men of the scene of the last couple of years. And here comes Canada. Number 2 for the Canadians is Phil Burner, one of the newer discoveries in the Canada team. His debut on the sevens circuit this year. Passed off away by Pat Kay, and there is Harry Jones, known to his teammates as H.
2 Canadians cleaned out there, so there was no one to play in the scrum half for all, and they've effectively turned it over. A good pickup from Harry Jones as he hit the line, Keith, but Canada mixing up their roles there and losing possession, but good urgency from the men in red to start this one.
So first half, England playing into the wind. Number 4, John Moonlight, past the record number of sevens tournament appearances for Canada this time, and he's 4 times Canada Sevens Player of the Year, and he's up for the award again this upcoming week as part of the series of promotions and events for the Canada Sevens next week in Vancouver. So that'll be interesting to see if he gets 5 awards as the Tom Bowen comes up to the halfway line, passed away for England by Phil Burgess. And there is Mitchell, tracked by Moonlight with the blue cap. Always keep in mind that's Richard de Carpentier, and with the long hair, if you like, that's Dan Bibby. Now away from Bowen. This is good from England. They passed it out to a bounce out wide for de Carpentier. Dan Norton, the big speedy man out wide, is not on the field. He's on the bench at the moment. Mitchell down the tram tracks.
Up on advantage.
Bibby. Advantage being played. You hear the voice of the referee. Big passes out wide to Bowen. Here's the gas man. In pass to Mitchell. Battling a bit into the breeze, as you see, but clear enough and goes in under the posts.
Tom Bowen set that up. He tried his hand early on up against Douglas. Didn't get around the end. This time, he cuts back infield. There's Jacob. Big hits in the midfield. England attacking pretty direct there. Twice fending off the Canadians, de Carpentier. But watch this, Bowen off his right foot, and then he has infield support as the sweeper comes across. Heaps of space for Tom Mitchell to fill, and he does it well. The only thing I'd say is England love to play that wide game, and some of these passes with the gusty winds we have down here at Sam Boyd Stadium not going to hand. That time they got away with it.
Conversion over, 7-0, England lead. So it is, it's the commonly seen in baseball behind the mitt, isn't it, up in the northern hemisphere, but there's a hand signal behind the rugby ball so that the opposition doesn't see it.
Well, troubles for both sides there. Canada able to gather, and Simon Evers' team not able to catch that ball in the wind either. In fact, it'll be Canada put in, not touched by anyone.
Yeah, that's a huge gap. Oh yeah, I know. It's windy. Stay.
So Nate Hirayama, awkward, got it though.
Oh,
Oh, clever play, rolled it around his back after he caught it. That's the kind of talent that he's been showing us. Justin Douglas been showing us for a number of years. Hirayama.
No.
Justin Douglas currently 5th on the try-scoring tables in the series. Good matchup we got. There's the lineup. Watch this pick up from Hirayama. He's in the scrum half roll, behind the back, keeps it alive. Just a huge assortment of skills these Sevens players need on the HSBC series.
They sure do. It's not just a
scrum.
catch and pass out front these days. It's catch, hold the ball behind. It's all these up and down and sideways and back passes that you need to have as well, and the ability to score points, as Hirayama shows in that graphic. Still behind Phil Mack, though, the great Phil Mack.
Yeah, another man, Hirayama, who's up for Canada's Sevens Player of the Year Thursday evening.
Set.
England, great opportunity here. Maybe behind the scrum.
Bibby. The Carpentier chased by Hirayama, 22-metre line. Oh, he's a big, powerful man. And quite happy to put it down in the corner. It's a good one for the big man, Richard de Carpentier. He's had a good season. He made the dream team when the tour started in earlier on in Cape Town, second event, and with this kind of form.
Well, Dan Bibby scooted straight through the middle as that scrum broke up. And de Carpentier was on the end. Canada guilty of falling off a couple tackles on the big man, arm tackles, not getting the shoulder in. English fans are delighted.
So this will be a hard kick for Mitchell. He might have to start it inside the right-hand post. That's my look at it. Be like a golf shot, this one. There it is way out there, but the wind doesn't catch it nearly enough. So it's a hard run, all right, at 12-0 now to England.
There's Bibby, hits the big man. Look at these tackles. Arms, but great power, good balance from him. The ball in one hand, looks like a Fijian out there. Frustration for the Canadians, and here he is. He lines it up. He's got some movement on it, but not as much, Keith, as you or he expected.
No, that's right. You could see the poles were shaking for the kick, but and there's another one that's hard to judge over the top and out on the full. A free kick to restart for Canada right on halftime.
Just what the Canadians need, an opportunity to get back into this. Maybe a set piece straight from the training pitch.
Full of foul. Aggressive runner, so England a point, an aggressive defender. That's the Carpentier just scored so well. That's over the top sideline, and so half-time has been reached.
Put his feet into touch there, so that'll be it. But Tom Bowen, he's been at the heart of a lot of good things for England this weekend. And Tom Mitchell, always the leader of this England side, gets a run in.
Half-time is reached. England 12, Canada 0. Hirayama. Second half begins. Canada now uphill against the breeze here at the Sam Boyd Stadium. Good bounce for Canada, though. They've got the early possession. Let's see how they go. Away it comes from Lucas Hammond, who's onto the field into the game. And they move again through Douglas, number 8. Head high tackle, says referee O'Brien. Full of foul. Kay.
He took that straight in. Immediate attention from Phil Burgess. Good work from him. Stealing the ball. Perhaps a hint of an overlap for Kay there to keep that ball up, moving out wide. Phil Burgess, 28-year-old, doesn't get all the glory work, but does a lot of grunt for this England side, as he did there, stealing possession.
Time on.
Phil Burgess, well, he's one of the ones that got a silver medal for Great Britain, so I guess he felt that was good, but he did the grunt work there as well. No rest for the wicket, if you like.
Yes, in the middle.
So England, a very settled team, in that Great Britain team. There are 7 of them here who were silver medalists from the Olympic Games. For Great Britain, they were representing then. If you know your Olympic stuff, you know that there is no England at the Olympic Games. It's always a mix of England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. Not Ireland, sorry, Northern Ireland and Wales, and it's called Great Britain.
Crouch.
Disappointment for Canada. They didn't get to Rio last year.
No, they didn't, and it was a great. Sevens has been great for the North American market over here. Easy for people to understand, lots of high scoring. But one of the great stories of that Olympic Games, Keith, that you were involved in, both these countries, Canada and US and North America, had originally planned to only play their home nations games. But once the public saw the product, saw sevens rugby at its finest, they played all the pool games, and there was a real huge numbers of people taking up support of sevens rugby.
It's great to hear, isn't it? And it's reflected in the size of the crowds we see, not only here in Nevada with this tournament, where the record crowd of over 70, probably 75,000 for the three-day event, but as Justin Douglas heads down towards the line and tipped forward off the fingertips of John Moonlight. It's not called as a knock-on, so maybe we're wrong, and the referee sees it only as a try for Harry Jones.
So everybody stopped, Keith, everybody stopped. The players, Mike O'Brien stopped, and I think what happened is he's taken the feedback from his assistant official. Look at this pass. Is it forward out of Douglas's hand?
Does Moonlight touch it? Maybe he didn't.
Great position from O'Brien. He holds his whistle up to his mouth but doesn't blow it. So play on, good opportunism, and Jones gets it out wide. Canada right back in the match. Looked like Douglas was maybe away even before he threw that forward pass. Captain Harry Jones from Vancouver himself. Great for these lads who grew up playing the game, and now they get to bring a HSBC World Series event. Here's the pass. Simple hands. Douglas and Bowen, that matchup again. As he throws it inside, did it hit?
Did it hit his hands? We'll never know. Anyway, it's in the history books, 12-5 now.
Good vision from Bibby, spotting the 2-on-1 on the short side.
Oh, a lovely tackle by Lucas Hammond on Phil Burgess. Just going back to those crowd numbers, 75,000 here over 3 days. Gareth, you're telling me the tickets are really selling hot in Vancouver in a week's time?
Less than 1,000 left, 75,000 over 2 days in BC Place in downtown Vancouver. Great stuff.
Mitchell again, trying desperately to put away Rory McConaughey.
A lifeline for Canada. That ball spilled, the short ball to McConaughey. Not able to hold on.
Time off, please.
Time off. We'll see some fresh legs in the match.
Sub. White 7.
Charlie Hayter coming back on, I think. Comes on for Bibby.
Bibby got a bit of a hobble on down in the foreground. There he goes. Excellent man, Dan Bibby. Full contracted professional player, as all the England players are. In from Lucas Hammond from the Toronto Nomads, and away he goes up over halfway. Good run by Hammond, and now it's Douglas. Squirts out the back. Hammond again. Oh, look away to the England defence coming across.
Around the outside.
I wonder if Rodwell may even asked for that one. It was out the backhand. Good break. And there was a call. Oh, it wasn't Rodwell, no. Good pickup.
McConaughey, yeah.
McConaughey did well. That was the initial break from Kay. Full foul. Maybe heard the footsteps and thought it was one of his own. Canada still needing 2 scores here. Time running out. That was a big turn of events.
Boys, get in. Now.
leading from all nations this season. The man you see getting the ball, Tom Mitchell. Canada needs a 7-pointer to tie this one up in a minute to play.
You come to the line out and you take the throw, okay? When I start timing, you're going to throw. That's it.
There is a new rule that you've got to get it in 15 seconds. Referee O'Brien not seeing that as necessary to call that. How many seconds has that been? Okay, this is Alex Davis. The England team have kept the same squad, the same starting squad of 12 for the last 5 tournaments. Rory McConaughey, he was a traveling reserve for the Olympic Games. The original selection that went down there. Dan Norton, you see, he's onto the field. He's the guy that's itching to get to the try line to close the gap on Collins and Gira, who's skipped away to lead by 4 in the all-time try scoring on the top of the table. A little personal battle between those two guys.
Well, England have done enough here. Just a few seconds ticking away. The experience of Rodwell and Mitchell and Bibby really took over here. Tap it and kick it off the park. It's all over.
So they just take it to the sideline. Damien McGrath goes in and starts pressing the flesh. Goodwill between the two teams here. England, though, in the end, just have the edge over Canada by 12 points to 5.